Hey everyone, welcome back to Bros and Shows. I'm your host, Josiah Mahler67, and with me, as always, I got my buddy, I got my pal, I got my brother Austin. Austin, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Pretty good?
Most part. Most part.
Most part, not doing great all the time. What's going on with you?
It's just, the whole house is, when you work in childcare as a teacher, you always pick up like sicknesses. And so you try to keep up with it. So like I constantly like take vitamin C and zinc and all that, and like try to keep up with it. But sooner or later it comes and gets you. And that's what happened to me and my wife. So we are dealing with sinus infections right now. So we're just trying to get past all that. It's kind of rough, but fluids, NyQuil, and that's pretty much it. Cough syrup.
Okay, hopefully you feel better soon. How long have you had it?
I've had I had it like a month ago, and then it went away. And then I was like, man, I'm feeling better. And then another kid in our class got it, and then more kids got it. And then I started feeling it probably about, I would have to say, I think it was like Thursday. And then I went to urgent care on Friday, and they were like, hey, you have a sinus infection. Here's like cat mist. And I was like, oh, cool. And then, or no, it was Thursday I went, because we had a day off Thursday because of the weather. It was like really cold out. It was icy here. So we had a snow day. So I went to urgent care because I started feeling it. And they were like, hey, you have a sinus infection. Here's cat mist. So Friday I woke up and I was running late to the meeting I had at work because I forgot all about it. I was like, oh man, I gotta get to that meeting. So I left and took my meds with me. And then I took my med at work, and then I put it in my drawer at work, I'm pretty sure. And then I forgot it. I left and I forgot. So I haven't had the med for like a couple days. And then
That's not good, man.
Today, my wife woke up and she was like, I don't feel good. I'm going to urgent care. And I was like, okay. And then they were like, hey, your heart rate is too high. You got to go to the emergency room. And we're like, oh, okay. And then we get up there, and then the emergency room doctor's like, have you taken anything for your sinus infection? And she's like, no. I say, how much water have you had? And she's like 2 glasses and 2 sips of coffee. And he's like, your body is fighting off an infection. Your heart rate's going to be at that level. Like you're fine. Like just go home. Here's some meds. Like take that. And she's sleeping behind me, so like she's just relaxing, trying to get that. And I was doing all the cleaning for her because we try to help each other clean, but I want her to get a lot more rest because we don't know if we're even having school tomorrow now too, because my school's on a 2-hour delay, his school's on a 2-hour delay. 3 different schools have closings because of the wind that's going to be picking up and the freezing temperatures that's supposed to happen. So they're like, that will dust the roads again, and then plus it will make ice even more icier now, because everyone plowed or put salt down and it became water. So so yeah, it's been fun. It's been interesting weekend, pretty much, you can say.
I mean, it sounds interesting. It doesn't sound great, I'll be honest with what you're saying. So I'm sorry to hear about all that, but hopefully you feel better soon, and everyone in your house feels better soon.
Yeah.
So you don't have to deal with that. I had a pretty chill weekend. I canceled my LARP that I normally did just because that snowstorm was coming. Yeah. And then they all together just decided to cancel the whole thing because they're like, the big snowstorm's coming. We don't know how bad it's going to be here, and we just don't want people driving out nowhere for it. So,
correct.
They didn't
don't
have
do
it.
that.
Been playing games all weekend. Played some Magic with all my friends. It was fun. I won 1 game, and as I explained, whenever I won the game, I looked at Mike, who basically soloed the 2 other people on the board before it became a 1v1, and I looked at him like, if I win this, I find a way to win this. It's only because you killed them, because I would have died if either of them stayed on the field for long enough. Yeah. And then I was able to just snowball with my landfall deck and finally get him. after he killed 2 other players. So you know, it ultimately didn't matter. But yeah, like that. Yesterday, you played a little bit, and I've been playing Divinity Original Sin 2 because Divinity has just been announced by Larian. It's going to be their next Divinity game, and I'm really excited for that. So I'm like, hey, I'll play 2 again just to get back into the vibes of Divinity, because it's D&D adjacent, but much darker than D&D. The things that happens in that game is pretty dark, and with that new trailer that they showed for Divinity, looks like it's going to be just as dark, if not worse. Have you seen it?
I've heard of it, but I have not seen it.
No, you haven't seen it. Okay. Okay. Well, there's a reason. Whenever you go search it on YouTube, it tells you like adult viewing only.
Yeah.
Because once it begins, you're kind of like, oh, it's just a little festival. Oh God. And it gets pretty good. So I'm excited for it. I think that'll be fun. But yeah, Austin. Speaking of fun, Austin, let's dive into our show. Probably gonna be a short one, because like anytime we do Smiling Friends, or like the series that are very quick, we tend to like talk very quickly about them, because they're very short episodes. They're only about 8 episodes altogether, I think. And I don't think they're full 30-minute episodes, are they? Are they 15 minutes or are they 30?
They're 11-minute episodes.
11. Okay, yeah. So they're like, it's like the equivalent of Robot Chicken from whenever we were little.
Yeah.
So, Austin, what did you think of Smiling Friends Season 3 altogether?
I liked it. I thought
it?
It was the same Smiling Friends that it's always been.
Mm-hmm.
I know that like this is a show that like, you know, I watch when it does come out. When I know it's coming out, I'll watch it. Like it's something that I'll watch every week, because it's, you know, it's only 11-minute episodes.
Yeah, it's very quick.
So like I'm like, I'll just I'll watch it real quick, and then I'm like, oh, okay. And then also too is I like to see like different voice actors that actually you know, like work on the episodes. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That, and you know, just some of the different you know, just storylines and stuff. I think the show is ridiculous, and I love how ridiculous the show is. It's like one of those turn your brain off and just enjoy it. Don't like overanalyze it, to me, because like that's a problem that I have with a lot of adult cartoons. Is like take for example like Rick and Morty, is like, you know, so many people have like these theories and like these philosophies of Rick and Morty, and it can ruin the community around it because of the toxicity that happens.
I don't even think it's the theories of it, you know, like,
yeah.
I think like when it comes to things like Rick and Morty, I think what kind of honestly it's people idolizing Rick that ruins it.
Yeah.
And it's like those type of people who idolize him, or idolize his like sociopathic, like, I'm so smart, you're so dumb comedy that is done for the show, and how often he doesn't get humbled. Like they kind of cling to that personality, and those are the people who ruin it. The theory crafting is fine, but then you get like that combination of the people who are like, I'm into this show because of Rick, and then the theory crafter is like, oh, I think this is gonna happen. They're like, no, that's not what's gonna happen. Shut. I know what's right. This is Rick and Morty. And it's like, all right, well, no one wants to interact with you now. And now Rick and Morty has like a what you call it, a what's the term for
toxic fan base?
I mean, toxic fan base. I was reputation for having those type of people, or like those type of people like that show only. And so now no one really wants to talk about Rick and Morty. And to be fair, like all fan bases have those people. Like we talked about it last week with Hell of a Boss, or no, Hazbin Hotel, where I'm like, I get very frustrated and distraught at the level of people who like value and like idolize Alistair, even though he's like, you know, a cannibal psychopathic killer. But because you don't see it that often or at all in the show, people forget about it, and I'm just like, ugh. It's weird to me to find people who are like, he's the best character, I love this guy, this guy's great. I'm like, ugh. At least when it comes to like Smiling Friends, when people like talk about Smiling Friends, you barely hear people say like, my favorite character is Mr. Frog. Like,
Yeah.
and if they do, it's kind of like in the thing of like it's funny, like he's funny, not really like he's a good character, you know. But it's great about this show is that, like you said, you can kind of turn off your brain. Each episode's very episodic, which is very nice. I think that's what I enjoy most about it, is that it's a genuine episodic show. By the end of the show is going to be exactly the same as it is before.
Yep.
And that's what's nice. And I was worried about one episode in the show that they were going to break that continuity. And that was with the Halloween episode, where they just started murdering everyone. Like, is this going to just be a thing where, like, it just ends the show and then the next episodes are just not going to ever reference it? And then they surprise with the whole, like, see, that will happen if you don't give me a thing. And he just beats the crap out of her. He's like, tap out.
Tap out.
And she runs away. And I was like, that's a great way to end the show. Show all the crazy, weird things that they could do for a character. And then it's all just, like, what's the box of the what if machine from Futurama. Like, Futurama did a great job of doing that too, but they ultimately became it was still episodic, but they did linear storyline right every season. But no, yeah, is a very nice turn off to watch and enjoy Smiling Friends. What episode did you really like this season, if you liked it so much?
Man, I actually like the Mole Man episode. I thought the Mole Man episode was pretty funny. The ending is hilarious with Alan, where he's like, I thought it looked delicious. I just, like, didn't expect that from Alan.
Well, it's because of that episode, people have, like, a fan theory now that Charlie and Pip are actually, like, into each other, but they don't, because Charlie has a girlfriend. They don't, like, exhibit, but, like, you can see how, like, Charlie just praises him a lot. He's always about him and everything. And then Pip has all this energy that Charlie naturally negates, like, hates. But yet he's perfectly happy and willing to be around Pip all the time.
Yeah.
And then you see how he's around his girlfriend. And then it's like... And then Pip says the thing in that episode where Charlie's like, oh, I saw it. It's not that bad looking. It's pretty good, yeah. And then Pip says, like, yeah, it looks like yours. And he's like, yeah. And people were like, wait, hold up. They're just dropping that he's seen Charlie's junk and just casually continuing on with this. That's kind of weird, but...
That night, I did like that they got the guy from The Office to play Mr. Frog's dad, and they asked him, I forget, Creed, that's his name. It's Creed from The Office. They got him to paint himself green and do this, like, crazy Oscar, like, epilogue of this whole, like, dialogue thing, and I thought it was hilarious. But it wasn't, you know, usually Mr. Frog's episodes are pretty crazy out there and stuff, which it was, like, I actually, someone broke down the part where he eats the fly, and then goes through all of, like, his life. And there is so many funny little things that they do in there. Like, they have him with a shirt with Epstein that says, haha, I'm on the island with him, you know, and stuff like that. And, like, all these people broke it down. I saw it all on Reddit, and I was like, wow, this is crazy that this fan base will go this far. But I did see something this season that was kind of really funny on Reddit, and it was actually the Schwimbles episode, where you know, the part that Charlie gets accused of at the end. You know, people were, like, literally fighting over that on Reddit.
They 100% were. There were people who it's like, oh no, that totally is. Look, I have a picture of it. And other people were like, no, we can literally rewatch it back and it does not show up. Like,
and people were fighting over it, and I was like, really? Like, it's just a comedy show. Like,
it makes me wonder if, like, the show had different viewings of it. You know, like, they aired two different versions of it. Yeah, and, like, they did it to F with people, you know? Like, oh, on this day, we're going to show the episode where Charlie just runs up normal. On this one, it's going to be him taking a picture of the princess as they run up, right? And so it would cause this, like, Mandela effect in the fandom, because they wouldn't know, like, how would we confirm it unless, like, someone would record every single version of it and see, like, guys, there's two different versions. It just depends on if you were on the East Coast or West Coast, if you got which one. because I remember that when that episode came out, I was getting TikToks, people saying like Charlie's a red pilled like psychopath. He's like he's all about like he calls them cowards and everything. He knows all about like the hair loss Bictal thing, which is apparently a very like right wing thing.
Yeah.
And then like he's doing that to he's like he's a creep, and I'm just like, what's happening right now? it's Charlie from Smiling Friends, and I watched the episodes. I'm like, okay, I get the concept why they're coming from it. Too far into it, like
Yeah.
they're making a joke probably about Charlie, because Charlie does strike me as someone who would be on that level, but not like it's not some statement type deal thing or anything like that. Where it was just making a joke, and then you can rewatch it and it's like he didn't do that, so that guy was completely making up something or saw something that he wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
That was a funny episode, just because of the fact of the training montage. I love a like not subtle rotoscope entry.
Yeah, rotoscope.
When they're all just super buff and they're just doing this, like, this is so rotoscope to save time. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
They did it again also with Pim and the boss. Whenever he mentions Monkey Ball 3, he's like, yo, I knew you would be cool. I'm like, it just went hard rotoscope right there.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying whenever they do it like that.
That and that episode of Schmoogles or whatever.
Yeah,
that actually
episode,
brought back a what I like to call a Pennsylvania nightmare, because they reference something that's local to Pennsylvania in that episode.
Well, I think this season we just found out that Smiling Friends is located in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, because they also go to New Jersey and a couple, because they talk about Clerks, and Brian from Clerks is from New Jersey, so Red Bank, New Jersey, and that's where Kevin Smith is from and all them. So like Wawa. So this is a funny story. So this is really even funnier. So I went to go see Clerks 3. Mm-hmm. And it was a Q&A with Kevin Smith in Philadelphia with our buddy Todd. And I drove all the way out there. You know, I was starting to get hungry, and I was like, oh man, I'm hungry. I was like, but I gotta get gas. So, and he was like, dude, perfect. Let's stop at Wawa. And I'm like, what the heck is Wawa? And he's like, oh man, you never been to a Wawa? I was like, yeah, no. And he's like, dude, they got paninis. And I was like, no way. I love paninis. All right, man.
You guys just sound like a bunch of stoners.
Filled it up. Yeah, like that. You know. And I was like, all right, man, cool. You know, so like I fill up, and then we go in, I get a panini, I come out, and I eat me a panini, and then we start driving some more to Philly. And all of a sudden, like maybe 10 minutes in, I'm like, dude, he's like, what? I was like, I gotta stop again. And he's like, why? What's going on, man? I was like, I gotta stop. And I stopped and went to a Sheetz, and I went in the bathroom for like maybe a half an hour to 45 minutes. Whatever was in that Wawa sandwich like went through me, or it made me sick. So like I call it the Pennsylvania nightmare, because every time I think of Wawa, I think of I had some type of maybe food poisoning, or it just didn't agree with me. And I was like, man, I'm never eating at a Wawa again. So when they brought up Wawa, I was like, oh my gosh, oh man, I thought of that.
It's funny when they bring up Wawa, right? Like,
yeah,
that's a more like southern, like
Pennsylvania, yeah.
Well, east southern,
yeah.
Because like Pennsylvania is mainly known for Sheetz, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, they said Pennsylvania. I assume they're Pennsylvania. That means they're like near the Philadelphia area if they're going to be anywhere. They're going to be on the east end of Philadelphia.
Yeah, because Zach is from Philly, so that makes sense.
Yeah, it would make sense both because like they go to North New Jersey a lot. They go to, it's located somewhere in Pennsylvania, so it's like
the plates. The plates on the cars are all Pennsylvania plates. Yeah. I've seen it. Like the Silly Samuel episode, that was a Pennsylvania plate.
Oh yeah,
I was like, yeah, okay. That's what it is.
Well, that's going to be outdated here soon because they got new plate styles and it's stupid looking.
That and the references this season was pretty great. I died a couple references that happened. The biggest reference was in episode 1 where that inspector shows up and then Mr. Boss is like, Alan, we are so yeah. So that is from a very old YouTube with Chris Chan. Chris Chan was filming in his trailer all the time, and his grandpa came in and was like, if those people see those videos of us, they're gonna condemn our house. We're gonna be so that's what they were doing. They referenced that video. Also,
okay.
yeah, also too is they also referenced Infinity War because of the whole disappearing like sand thing. But they announced also too, and I noticed it when I first watched it, but then someone, Zach on Reddit was like, "Oh, did you guys notice the characters looked a little same?" So Zach is a huge fan of The Simpsons, and the Mole Man episode.
Oh yeah, there's the one where they show The Simpsons.
Looks like Bart. It's Bart, the kid's Bart, and then it's Tommy Pickles, and then I forget the other one, but it's another like '90s cartoon. The three children are after '90s cartoons, so the references were pretty funny. And then Smurfs, of course, with that. Yeah. But yeah, it was that in the ending. Frosty Snowman. I was dying laughing when that guy from Frosty Snowman. You know what I'm talking about? Those kind of people.
No, he didn't even say that. Like that. The worst part about that joke, right, is like I got the joke. My brain was like, that's humorous.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels wrong almost still. Like it's not saying or doing anything. But it's meant to say like the guy even says like it's a thought experiment, like whoever you thought was come true. And you look at the guy, you're like, I know exactly who the freak you're talking about, you piece of trash. Like you want to like, but it's nice that like Charlie is instantly like fast spoken, like, well, what the freak you mean by that? Well, what do you mean by that? And then like, what's his name? The red guy. Alan, thank you. Alan jumps in. He's just like, no, I'm with Charlie. What the freak? Who are you? Why are you even here? And then it just ends the episode. And I'm just like, I was really hoping it would just cut to them like beating the crap out of him or something. But I mean, they just ended it there. And so
Matt and Alan likes his dad chewing up his food and then throwing
Alan's dad is like, he looks like
Alan
Mephisto.
has been very, very, very interesting this season. Alan had some very interesting parts this
season. Alan had a lot of great funny moments in this season. Like especially like
the smiling Franz. Shit.
Like whenever he like joins whenever he has to do like this smiling friend stuff and he's just getting like beaten to crap by the kids. Like
ow. Yeah.
It's a reoccurring thing. He's just like, I haven't been cursed yet, and it cuts down to his spider body. Like he had a great season.
Well, that and him and Mr. Boss kind of got a little freaky.
They got going.
A little freaky.
Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah.
We love that.
I want to try that board game so bad. Like I was like, that would be. I would play a board game like that.
What board game?
Board game that they're playing in the cabin. It's like some oil tycoon board game.
Oh yeah, and then it like shoots off and hits Pim. Pim gets pissed. Yeah. Yeah, well that's just Mousetrap, but with oil tycoons built in. That's all it is.
That and they made a reference to season 1 too in the first episode where the guy's dead in the wall, so we know what happened.
Yeah, he died.
Wolf Finhart, the kid from Stranger Things, he died.
Mm-hmm. He died from overplaying League of Legends. He just couldn't stop his kill streak.
So
another
funny.
reference that we got is the same guy who beat the crap out of the demon dude for doing blackface showed up again.
Yeah.
Whenever they find out that Pleb was the one who started the Black Plague, and he's like, "You think it's funny? You think it's funny to start the Black Plague?" And I'm just like, "He ain't laughing. I don't know why you get so worked up." He's like, "Can we just pray real quick? Pray for all the 25 million souls."
It's so funny that he started the plague. He started the witch hunt, and then he did the fall of Rome.
Yeah, he's
like
the
that.
One,
that is hilarious. I thought it was a great written thing.
I very much liked the double joke about the fall of Rome, right? Like it's like, he started the fall of Rome. That's one thing, and then everything instantly started going to hell. And then the Mongolians showed up and started destroying them, or whoever it was who shows up to the destroy Rome. All happened within the day. So the whole joke of like Rome wasn't built in a day, like Rome fell in a day. It's like, there it is. It made me laugh.
That and Charlie made one of the biggest mistakes anyone could make is friending your boss on Steam or media, because you should never friend your boss on
No,
any
you can't.
platform.
You can't.
Oh.
I say this: people who say you shouldn't friend your like boss on this,
Or just make sure that you click offline.
They're too stupid or not smart enough to realize that you can just turn yourself offline if you're going to be off. Guess what I have active on all my accounts? I'm offline 24/7, baby. Yeah, I'm always online. I ain't gonna tell people. Like, I just don't want people to know why I'm playing, or worse. Like, one of my biggest issues, right, and then the reason why I turned it off is because I hated whenever I would play games with someone and then be like, okay, I think I'm kind of done. Like, I'm just done playing games or whatever. Like, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then, like, 30, 40 minutes later, like, I lay down, I feel better, and then I get back, I'm like, I think I'll play something. And then I click up to play something, and then I see that person jump back on, and they message me like, hey, you want to keep playing? And I'm just like, I don't want to. I don't want to be in a chat. I don't want to talk to you. Like, no, I'm good. But it also helps me from, like, whenever I would play games that I want to play solo, but then, like, other people wanted me to play with them on things, and it's like, I really don't. I'm in the mood to play Baldur's Gate right now. I'm not in the mood to play freaking Halo Anniversary or whatever, you know? That's just how it is. But
yeah, no, I get it.
I also don't want people to always know that I'm on Discord too, because my boss would get me in trouble. that baby's on 24/7. But yeah, no, that's the thing. You can become friends with all of them. Just, you know, turn that crap off. You know, advertise that. People don't need to know what you're up to. I think an episode that I even though like the Mr. Frog episode was like good, I thought I didn't enjoy it compared to everything else. Like, a lot of people were trying to say like, oh, it's a really emotional episode. I didn't find, like, I got the point of it being emotional, but I did not find it emotional enough for me to be like, oh, I'm so sad.
Well, I will say this. I will say this. I am happy what they did with Mr. Frog, because Mr. Frog, don't get me wrong, is funny. I think he's hilarious. But there was a lot of people that just referenced Mr. Frog all the time, and that's what they tied that show to. And then Mr. Frog became a meme, and then that was cool. But the thing is like, them getting rid of Mr. Frog and retiring him, I like that, because it shows that they can make and create more characters to make more likable things, and I'm cool with that. I'm okay if you retire something like that, because the thing is like, then you have to rely on Mr. Frog too much, and that's when I'm like, ugh.
I don't even think he's like technically done. Like, yeah, he turned into like a normal frog or whatnot, but like, they could easily do next season like the further adventures of Mr. Frog, and it's just him as a regular frog, you know? Like, I do like the fact that like he reached his high. He thought he had his high, and then he reached his low, and the Smiling Friends made him go to a new high. They complete everything, and then he reaches a new low because he's like, I need a motivation. I don't have that. And it's like, what's your motivation? Now it's like, his motivation is just peace. Like, enjoy it. And it's like, cool. More players should be like that.
Yep.
But no, all in all, I liked the show. It was pretty good. I did enjoy the Mother Earth episode. they kill Mothman. It's just Mothman. He's just kind of annoying. It's just like, oh my gosh, why'd you kill Mothman? He was a dirty lair, and now we'll dispose of the body together. I did find that.
I'm just gonna go crash. I like how he flew away, and he's like, I'm gonna go crash into a bridge. And I was like, I know that joke. Because that's the whole.
Mothman is the herald of catastrophes.
West Virginia, yep. Pleasant. Well,
I'll be honest. Like, this season, hard confirmed them in Pennsylvania. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't realize. Like, you mentioned the plates. I didn't realize that. I just heard them mention. Like, I saw the thing where it says Pennsylvania. Mothman's there, Wawa. I'm like, all these things are Eastern Pennsylvania. I just didn't catch that. So it's cool that they officially announced that. I wonder if that's going to matter at all. in any other further seasons. Who knows?
Never know.
All right, Austin, do you have anything else? What?
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
actually, so the episode with Mo-Man, all
Mhm.
right? Do you remember the part where they run through this vent and it shows like a real
Yeah, the real life
like,
guy, and he's like, "There's
the
people in
nurse that's in that
Mhm.
is actually from Hell of a Boss.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
a voice actor from Hell of a Boss. I forget her name, but I looked it up at the beginning of the season when it first came up, and someone's like, "Oh yeah, she's from Hell of a Boss. She's a voice actor." I was like, "Oh, that makes sense." I forget who it was, but
I'd
it's
have
someone
to
from
read.
Hellverse.
I did not even like pay attention enough to that character. I
Yeah.
didn't think they said anything. I just was like,
Yeah, and I was
Cool.
like, "Oh, that's what oh, Zach, not Zach, the other one, got them to do a favor for them."
yeah.
So,
Well, no. Okay, hold on.
Or they were
You bringing
friends.
this up, man? I was watching another TV show recently that's on YouTube that I follow. They just released a new episode, and the episode, a fish come up and starts complaining about all of his treasure being stolen from the bottom of the ocean. And the second he opened his mouth, I'm like, "That's Charlie. That's Charlie from Smiling Friends." And that guy. And someone posted a TikTok that I found hilarious. I didn't send it to you because you never watched the show. But in the TikTok, it's like these scenes are exactly the same, and it's him complaining about all of his treasure being taken and how like that's his life savings and everything. And then it cuts to Hazbin Hotel when he's voicing the little raccoon guy who's like, "No man, that's my savings. That's for my mansion on my hill. No," like he gets all sad. And it's like these. If I had a quarter for every time that Zach played a character who loses everything because of gambling, I would have 2 quarters, which isn't a lot, but it's kind of crazy that it's happened twice within the same year. Like, it's pretty crazy. So now I'm starting to hear his voice everywhere too. So I think he just has that like unique voice that people kind of like. It's like it's very easy to take him and splash him into things, and they instantly know where he's from just because of his voice. He's kind of like Johnny Amabosh at this point with American animations, which is fine with me. All right, man. Do you have anything else you want to point out?
No, I was trying to look up her name real quick because I knew who it was, and I'm forgetting how I got to it. Where maybe if I could do it, because I'm like, voiced by Erica Lindbeck. No, that's not her. All right, there it is. Someone on Reddit. Yeah, I think it was Erica Lindbeck. I have to figure out where she's from.
Limback.
Teleboss, yeah. She plays the wolf, Luna. She plays Luna.
Oh yeah, Luna. Yeah. I literally just started fast forwarding through that scene just so that I could see her.
Yeah, that's her. Yep.
Yeah, she did not have that long of a
Mm-mm.
part. I would have noticed, to be honest, if she said more. But it makes sense. Like she's one of those voice actors who jumps around too. So her being part of that makes sense. Oh wait, you know what? She's done multiple voices already for them. She's also the princess from the one episode with
the first episode.
She's like,
she's also the maid girl.
Yeah, she's done multiple voices.
L'Oreal.
She's done multiple voices for them already, so that makes complete sense actually.
Mm-hmm.
wasn't anything big there actually. Now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I should know that.
Well, do you know who did the voice for Mole Man though?
He sounds familiar, but I don't know who he was.
David Firth. He's the guy that did. I like to touch rusty spoons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Salad Fingers.
Salad Fingers,
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one thing I want to see. What was the animated creature in this episode in this season that was like all happy go lucky?
Oh, Smeagol or I forget which episode. I forget which. I know what episode it is. It's also the same episode as the Charlie Gets a Parasite episode.
Yeah, because it's whenever he calls in sick.
Squim.
Who is
Squim
the voice of Squim? No, not even the voice of Squim. I want to see if he's animated by James Baxter. Oh my gosh.
Huh.
Squirrel was designed by character artist Cosmo in 2024. It was first drawn fan art of the Cosmo.
Character artist Co's parent, who has previously
Okay.
done fan art for Smiling Friends cast.
Nope, it's not. It's not seen. So okay. The reason why I asked that, right, is do you know who James Baxter is, right?
No.
You don't know. Okay, he's an animation like legend. He
Hmm.
makes very fluid animations, like very beautiful fluid animations. The issue is that because he makes such fluid and beautiful animations, our like current animation stylizations in America do not match his standard for stuff. And so if he makes like a whole series of something, it takes a very, very long time. However, he has done like very popular things in the past and everything, and people love it. He has been featured in multiple Adult Swim shows or Cartoon Network shows. He's in Adventure Time, where do you remember in Adventure Time? Have you ever seen the James Baxter horse yet?
Yes.
I don't know how much he's like a horse that's like riding the balloon, and he's just like James Baxter.
Yeah.
That's animated by him. That's why he looks so like fluid, where everything else looks kind of like choppy. He's very fluid. And then like he does that every time he does it, and then they have a joke for how he came up with the name James Baxter. But he also does a very, very, very famous animation in Steven Universe. In the original Steven Universe, right whenever like White Diamond separates Steven from himself, and then there's that scene where they're like reaching for each other, and then they grab each other, and they like spin and they hug and they refuse together, and they become Steven once more. That whole animation is done by him, and that's why it's so drastically of a quality enhancement during that scene, because they wanted it to be very impactful and very well done. So they reached out to James to do it, and he made it for them, and it's like 60 like 100 frames per second or something like that. Like he did a crazy amount of sketches for it, and like that's the quality of his work. So whenever Squim came on screen, he was such an improvement in quality. I just assumed it was done by James Baxter, because like anytime someone does like a big animation and jump, that tends to be that. But now I have a question for you, Austin. Do you think Squim? We know that Squim was one of the original Smiling Friends now, because canon to the show.
And Clap.
Do you think he's the... Well, he's the one who started the thing. He's not original Smiling Friend. Do you think he is what they base the face off of? Like the building off of?
I think so. I think
It checks
Squim will
out.
be back.
I'll be honest,
Yeah.
it checks out. Just because he's just a big... Like, he looks like Pac-Man almost. And then, like, the head's just a big yellow head. So I'm like, it makes sense. All right, Austin. I think that will basically cover it for this episode of Bros and Shows. Do you have anything else you want to say about Smiling Friends Season 3?
No. I enjoyed it. I can't wait for season 4. It's funny. I enjoy the show, and I remember like someone recommending this show. Oh, it it was Jordan actually recommended the show, and now I watch the show as much as I can. So
Yeah.
I actually thoroughly enjoy the show, and it's like turning kind of into my Futurama in a way now, where it's like it's just background noise for me.
Once it gets enough episodes, that's what it's going to be. It's just the fact that it's so short that you can easily like, oh, I need to like burn 3 hours of time as I clean. It doesn't have enough episodes to do that yet. So you like pop that baby on, then within like halfway through cleaning, you're like, oh, I have to pick something else to watch. Futurama, you can put it on there and you could like go to sleep for a day and still have more than enough episodes to keep doing that. Once Smiley Friends gets up to that level where you can like put it on for a whole day and have no issue, it will become a permanent background staple for me as well. I love it. It's great. I love it. I love it way much. All right, awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Rosen Shows. Next week we're going to do Dan to Dan season 2. It's been a while since Dan to Dan finished. We've just been doing other things and like jumping all over the place. So we'll get to them whenever we get to them. We'll do Dan to Dan season 2. And we'll see how it goes. So awesome. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this episode. And thank you all so much for joining us. And thank you so much for tuning in.